Alright guys, and today we're going to be talking about how to stop performing and learn how to lead from a presence of masculinity and confidence instead of ego. So let's break that down. I'll give you examples. Examples when I have like good looking clients, they lead with their looks. And what I mean when they lead with their looks, their body, their tattoos, face, height, hair, money, status, whatever, right? And those are tangible values that can evaporate at any given time. So when they're approaching, trying to showcase their confidence, and she sees she doesn't have any, he can substitute it with those tangible features. And then that guy will rely on that. For example, oh, but I'm 6 feet plus. I should be getting this. Oh, but I have a 200K job. I should be treated like this. Oh, I live in a luxury building, doorman, rooftop, pool, but I should be treated like such and such. Those are things on paper. That does not mean you deserve respect as a man. If you want to have respect as a man, you need to lead, you need to hold your ground, and it needs to come from within for them to feel who you are with the respect that is given. And then you start to develop ego, because there'll be times when I'm out having confidence training with the clients and they get mad when I start to steal the attraction away from them. And then they start to tell me like, how do you do that? I'm like, besides what you have on paper, who are you from the inside? She does not know that. And this is a problem that a lot of guys that use these outside factors, they depend on it so much, it starts to become their identity. And I've had clients before, it's like, you gotta think about it. How come the broke guy, or the guy that lives in the hood, or the guy that works at Starbucks, or the guy that sells shoes is able to do better than the good looking guy and the rich guy? Because they actually built who they are from the within. And it's basically like, well, take it or leave it, this is who I am. And that's where the attraction comes in, because you built grounded presence. You're able to speak slowly, you're able to have good tonality, and you're able to uphold the conversation in a man to woman frame where she feels the attraction and it's building. Versus, and I've witnessed this so many times, a good looking dude, or let's say if she has like a specific racial preference, she'll be open to talk to you for like, I don't know, 10, 20 seconds, maybe a few minutes, but eventually it dies out. Because then she's like, well, you don't really have any substance. And because you don't really have any, oh, this is such a nice building. Let's admire it for a second. Yep, this is your uncle being a fob who admires architecture. Pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, because you don't have any substance, she's like, so why you? There's so many versions of you, you know? There's so many tall guys. There's so many good-looking dudes. There's so many guys that jack with muscles. So many guys have money. Why should I pick you? And the only reason she'll come out if she's receptive, where in the point where she leads the interaction. And this develops a false side of ego, because then I would have these clients saying, I go on all these dates, look at me, and I'm just like, they're already into you for these certain reasons. They're not into you because you wasn't a man leading their interaction. You wasn't a man who developed presence, groundedness, who can speak, who can be the loudest one in the room with power, with core, with understanding, with decisiveness. Those are the things that set you apart. And this is why guys who are lesser attractive, make less money, doesn't live in a fancy area can do better than those who will look good on paper, because they lead their relationship, because they lead their interactions, because when they approach, she wants to follow him for who he is from the within, not from the outside. And that's why it develops such a powerful magnetic pull, the aura, such and such we call core masculinity, from his sub-communications of a man, from being able to build comfort, from being able to make it man to woman, from being able to speak a certain way. Then you'll be successful with women, life, your decisions, your leadership, making people trust you, instead of just having a good-looking halo over your head where you depend on it so much you develop an ego from it, And by developing an ego from it, you are not able to lead the interactions that you want, and then you struggle with your dating life. Because usually, majority of the time when these clients that I meet who are struggling, it's because she dictates the relationship or she ends the relationship. And he just walks around like a keychain or a piece of meat. You gotta remove your ego. You gotta build it from the ground up. It's not just like who has the most notch count, who has the most muscles, who makes the most money. It's who can be brave, who can stand their ground, who can get respect, who can be a man, who can speak with tonality. And this is something that we work on, because at the end of the day, a lot of men believe that, if I go around, the more I hook up, the better I get. No, the more you hook up, the more you're gonna lose who you are on the inside. It's a process of building who you are. So if you think the process of becoming a man is sleeping with as many women as possible, my friend, you got that completely fucking wrong. And what you need to understand to develop that process is that you have to dignify yourself and dig deep. Remove your ego and be ready for a change, to rip it away and become the one that can say, I'm gonna be the one to lead. I'm gonna be the one that changes interactions. And it's not magic. It's just guys are in denial, thinking like, I deserve this. You don't deserve jack shit. You have to get the respect first. You can't just force somebody to leave. That's a tyrant. They have to trust your leadership. So if you value today's wisdom, my brothers, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.